Hey guys, this is the Lovin Dubai show. It is Friday morning and what a show we had today. We spoke about flexible working hours, why you should read everything before you sign them, and Sarah Al-Madani's Maid, who is bringing men into her home, turning off the cameras and the trust issues that could lead to.
Well, it was an episode filled with content. So if you are not subscribed to the Lovin Dubai show podcast, subscribe wherever you get your podcasts from, and of course, enjoy the show.
Hey guys, happy Friday. Welcome back to the Lovin Dubai show, where we go through the top trending stories that everyone across the country is talking about. Our top story for you today: UAE government will get flexible working hours on the first day of school.
As well, 10 property owners banned from leasing over shocking safety violations.
We're talking about the Dubai employee who sparked controversy with cryptocurrency compensation.
As well, Bluey's big play is coming to Abu Dhabi, so you guys need to stay tuned.
And my maid has been closing the cameras in the house to bring men in. We're talking about the Sarah Al-Madani controversy there.
As well, later on the show, we have the Pinoy comedian Imah, who mixes the real and as well the outlandish for viral comedy gold.
It is 321 days since the genocide began in Gaza on October 7th. The current death toll stands at 40,265. The number of injured people is 93,144, while 1.9 million people have been displaced from their homes.
As well, rapid weather report highs of 39 degrees today. It feels like 35 right now, and humidity will peak at 65%. It is getting not as hot as it used to be like last week.
Absolutely. Dare we say it? Although
yes.
I did try and go for a walk jog yesterday afternoon, and it was like... I was there thinking we're back into our winter energy, but even though I'm wearing a hoodie now because it was freezing when I walked into the office, we're not there yet.
Honestly, we might not be there yet, but we are getting there.
We're getting into our winter energy.
We are. However, did you know, Casey, that we as women tend to see men that we like or, like in a relationship with, have a crush on, 5 times better looking than they are? This is all according to a study, not me. I didn't say that to you guys. It's all according to a study.
So what do you mean? It's like... What?
Well, we have substance in our eyes as women, which allows us to see the man that we like and that we are, let's say, in a situation with. Because like some girls are in like a situationship, whether you're in a relationship, whether a friendship, a crush, anything. We do see them 5 times better looking than they are.
Do you think that happens automatically or it takes time? Because I genuinely, if I see someone, a man, I won't find them attractive until I know their personality. Because
I'll tell you something, I have this belief that us as women, when a man, we immediately rate a man. You know what I mean? Like based on looks. But then when the personality comes in, it plays a huge role. So if a man has a really good personality, we immediately go like, oh yeah, he's a 10. Yeah, that's exactly what I was saying. That like I don't even go in with the looks. It's like you need to get to know the person. Yeah. And then that trumps everything. Funny trumps everything. Kind trumps everything. Loyal and trustworthy trumps everything. I agree. Looks is down here. And actually, to be totally honest with you, when I see someone super attractive, my trust levels go right up. Like I wouldn't even look because I already assume that they're untrustworthy. Right? Well, I agree with you. However, that's why, by the way, there's a study that I read a year ago that my friends and I were talking about, is that we tend to go to, I wouldn't want to say the word, but medium average looking men because they're more trustworthy. In a way, it's not me, it's a study that I was talking about with my friends. So I don't know. However, it is true because like whenever I am actually in a relationship with a guy, I become, as my friends like to call me, Delulu, and which is delusional. And I go like, oh yeah, no, they are the best looking person on planet Earth.
Yeah, but that's because you're a kind person and you see, it doesn't matter, you see all of their attractive qualities in one.
But then that's as well because, it's not only his looks that play a factor, but maybe his personality as well plays a huge...
it all lumps into the attractiveness. But it's interesting because when you said that survey, it nearly sounded like there's a scientific element behind it.
Yeah, there is, because we do have a chemical in our eyes as women.
And men don't?
And men don't. Because men, look, men, this is why I all the time talk about this with my friends. It's that men and women are different. Men fall in love with what they see, however, women fall in love with what they hear.
I'm sure men would have. I'm sure men would have a rebuttal to that. Maybe. Shall we allow it on the show? No, because it's time for our first story. We're going to jump into our top story. This broke yesterday. So big news: if you are a government school employee, you shall get some flexible hours for the first day of school and more. So some government employees will now enjoy flexible hours on the first day of school, so they can drop off and pick up their kids. And this was announced by authorities yesterday.
Well, the flexible work hours apply to parents of nursery and kindergarten kids for the whole first week of school. Plus, parents get the green light for flex time during special school events all year, like parent-teacher meetings, graduation ceremonies, and more, which I think is pretty amazing.
It's so great. So in summary, parents can enjoy up to 3 hours of flexibility on the first day of school. You can use these hours all at once or split them between morning and evening. And now parents with kids in primary grade and above, you might also be able to enjoy these flexible hours if you're a government worker for pickups and drop-offs, but that would need to be, you'd need to get the go-ahead of the director of your company. They're basically saying the younger going school kids,
yes,
they want the parents to be there for those special moments, say goodbye, settle the kids in school, which is a really nice initiative.
I really think that this is, as you said, it's a beautiful initiative, because schools are recognizing the importance of parents being showing up to their kids. You know, as a kid, like when I was like younger, and I would have like I don't know, a show at school, and my mom would, the first thing I would be like, if when I would go on stage, I would look for my mom, and I'd be like, where's my mom? Is she there? Is she not there? And I would not be able to perform well unless I do see her and my dad with the audience. And then the moment I see them, I'm like, oh yeah, I need to show them my, you know, my talents.
It's such a nice initiative by the government. I think it's a great, it's what, 3 hours a day?
Yes.
Is that how much time? Is that the traffic thing? But we were speaking yesterday about the flexibility that I think people need, especially, you know, you may not have family help at home, you may not have extra help at home. If you're literally need to be there to bring the kids to school, if you don't have a bus route, for example, it's actually maybe an essential requirement. But let's jump into our next story.
So, 10 property owners banned from leasing over shocking safety violations. The Dubai Land Department has taken decisive action against property owners who have failed to comply with regulations, which of course as well following through inspections carried by the DLD and its partners. 10 property owners have been banned from leasing their properties due to overcrowding and safety concerns.
The affected owners must resolve these issues and comply with regulations before they can resume leasing their properties. The decision underscores the DLD's commitment to ensuring the well-being of tenants and maintaining the integrity of Dubai's thriving real estate sector.
In addition to the ban on these 10 property owners, the DLD has also taken a strict stance against other violations. Now, this year alone, the department has fined 286 real estate companies and brokers for failing to adhere to regulations.
Now, these actions are part of the DLD's ongoing efforts to create a safe and stable environment for all stakeholders in Dubai's real estate market by enforcing regulations and addressing safety concerns. It would be really interesting to know how these apartment owners were apprehended, I guess, because I remember when I moved here originally, you would hear of apartment living with 6 to 8 tenants, and landlords, property owners capitalizing on the fact that people can't afford the rent. But obviously, you know, if you can't afford rent, then you're paying for it, but it's not a great living condition. It's not a great situation. So although it is going to make it difficult for people who can't afford certain rents to stay in apartments, it means people probably need to move away from city centre areas. We know that the transport is improving for these people, but just in terms of a safety and regulation point of view, in a term of not overcrowding a building point of view, these type of steps are really important.
I 100% agree with you, and not only that, it's as well a bad look for Dubai. We both know that Dubai is trying its it has already built this image of like a very sophisticated, well-managed, well-organized city. So when such situations happen where like it's overcrowded or like property owners are not adhering to the law, to the rules and regulations, it's not a good look as well on Dubai, because like it will ruin as well like what Dubai is really portrayed from the outside to other people.
So those property owners trying to make a quick buck by having 6 to 8 tenants in a 2-bed apartment, those days are over. Let's jump into our next story.
Well, Dubai employee sparks controversy with cryptocurrency compensation. A Dubai employee has filed a lawsuit for wrongful termination and unpaid wages, leading to a groundbreaking court decision. And according to the employee's contract, payment was due in both UAE dirhams and EcoWatt tokens, which is a form of cryptocurrency.
The court's final ruling stated that the court orders the respondent to pay the claimant the value of her wages in EcoWatt tokens amounting to EcoWatt tokens.
Well, this ruling is being hailed as a progressive and landmark judgment, as it does not only address the issue of unpaid wages, but also recognizes cryptocurrency as a legitimate form of compensation in the workplace.
The decision reflects the evolving landscape of employment law in the UAE, particularly as digital currencies gain traction. This case sets a precedent for how cryptocurrency can be integrated into employment contracts and compensation packages.
This ruling also could pave the way for more employees to receive payments in cryptocurrency, making a significant shift in traditional employment practices.
I don't want payments in cryptocurrency.
Look,
it's such an interesting story.
See, my point is we are so used to getting paid and like actual money to the point we're just like used to that bubble. So when if we would ever get paid in cryptocurrency, it's gonna be like this kind of like, oh my God, we are gonna be like, I would as well freak out. I wouldn't want it either for myself.
Look, things will change. Money has been the token of payment for decades and ions, centuries, I don't know. So this is a landmark shift in terms of the fact that the UAE government upheld what was in her contract. What concerns me is that I don't think it sounded like this employee knew that it was in her contract, and it makes you think, what are we signing?
That's true.
Her contract said she could be paid in EcoWatt tokens and the stability of that. And it reminded me of that story that was in the news last week about the man who died in Disneyland because he ate something he was allergic to. He went to a restaurant. He said, does this have dairy or nuts? And they said, it's fine, go ahead, eat it. He ate it and he tragically passed away. So his wife stated, look for compensation because of what happened. She wasn't trying to take over Disney. I think it was like $50,000, which really isn't a lot considering she lost her partner. And Disney's first response was, you cannot sue Disney.
Because she signed.
Because your husband, signed up to Disney Plus 4 years ago, 2018.
That is.
And therefore you can't sue Disney.
Honestly, see, this is why, like, this is actually tragic, because I don't think the man or the wife even thought about the idea that, if they signed for like a streaming service such as Disney Plus, to actually, if needed later on, to, I don't know, file for like a lawsuit against Disney when the wife actually lost her husband because of Disney, because they did tell the man that, hey, you can eat it, go ahead, eat it, there's nothing wrong with it.
We sign our lives away every single day, every app on our phone, every subscription that you have, every news site I open, it's like, do you accept the conditions? I'm like, absolutely, because it's the quicker option. Accept.
Without even looking.
Now, in this story, there is a bit of a happy ending that 2 days ago, Disney came out and said they removed that and they've allowed it to happen. But it is really scary to try and imagine how many times we have signed our lives away.
My uncle all the time tells me, like, he's very organized. He has literally like a file of every contract he has signed.
Wow.
Literally
that's
every
amazing.
contract.
Even like Netflix.
Bank, even banks that he doesn't work with them anymore, that he doesn't even work with anymore.
You have to be that organized.
And he's like, yeah. Even cars that he has sold, everything. He goes like, yeah, Farah, if you don't want to work with this bank anymore, then you should definitely ask for a clearance. I'm like, what is clearance? He is literally so organized because like he is aware of like he tells me all the time that if we are not that aware, then we might be putting ourselves in situations that we don't want to put ourselves in.
Speaking of something that you can sign up for, that does not mean you're signing your life away. What a segue. The Lovin Dubai newsletter has just had a major refresh. So if you shun social media, but you still want that daily dose of news fresh into your inbox every single day, you can subscribe now to the Lovin Dubai newsletter.
Well, you'll find the sign up link at our link in bio on Instagram.
Next up, we're talking about Bluey's big play is coming to Abu Dhabi. Theory 11 Entertainment is bringing Bluey's to Abu Dhabi, and we are so excited. You can join Bluey, Bingo, and the Healer family in Bluey's big play, an exciting live stage coming to the UAE for the first time this year from August 30th until September 1. You guys will get to experience your favorite characters like never before as they leap from the stage to the screen.
Well, as well, you guys, the show is filled with laughter, music, and all-around magic. The show is a must-see for fans of all ages and one that you cannot miss out. So do not miss out. This is the perfect way to end the summer with your family. You can grab them and as well through Etihad Arena website directly or as well Platinum List. There are still tickets available for 3 days. So don't forget to go ahead and grab yours today.
Bluey's big play. I really thought I was going to fumble. Bluey's big play. It felt like a tongue twister. Bluey's big play.
Yeah.
Bluey's big play.
Bluey's big play.
Bluey's big play. Bluey's big play.
Bluey's big play.
Bluey's big play.
Bluey's big play.
It's something that the kids are going to love. We love how they bring these major international acts. Like, there's nothing more magical, by the way. I've seen it with my nieces and nephews when they see the characters they love on screen come to life. It's so special. Like,
it is.
It's like nothing we never had growing up, you know?
I agree with you. And as well, by the way, even if you guys go there as like adults, I feel like it's kind of like a way it will feed in your inner child.
Absolutely.
You know,
feed that
like,
inner child.
Yeah, it's gonna be like, oh, I actually would want to go. I really would. And fun fact, you guys, even like I don't know, I still sometimes like watch cartoons every now and then if I would want to go back to 6-year-old me. So.
There's nothing like a Sunday morning with this type of TV on the telly. Now we're jumping into another form of entertainment. We're talking Real Housewives of Dubai. My Maid has been closing the cameras in the house to bring men in. This is the shocking admission of Emirati influencer and star of the Real Housewives of Dubai, Sarah Al-Madani. She made this confession to a former housewife, Nina Ali, who's on season 1, and this was on the latest season of the Real Housewives of Dubai. She said her maid has been turning off the cameras and bringing multiple men to her home. Can you imagine?
Oh my God, that must be horrific. Well, she as well revealed that once she realized the situation, she didn't waste any time. She reported the maid to the police. Of course, I mean, I will do that as well. And made 3 visits to the station with Maktoum to ensure they were safer. They were safe after men started asking her maid for personal information about her family.
So when the star decided to let the maid go, she discovered the woman attempting to steal her personal belongings. The maid was caught red-handed with jewellery, including her mother's earrings and even her underwear. So it's clear that this was a wake-up call, making her more cautious about who she trusts in her home.
That is scary because like when women, let's say, like get maids to help them with the house, whether it's cleaning, whether it's cooking, whether it's with children, they are giving them all of the power and trust.
It's
right?
a big trust type of role for sure.
It's big, and they don't have the option to like keep them for like, I don't know, like meet them outside for like a few, I don't know, months till they build that trust. It's like, you know what, hey, I think you are suitable for the position, fine, come and live at my house. And the person that you are inviting to your house has access to a lot of other things and almost everything, really. So it's really kind of like a very scary situation because as well, like back then when I was like younger, my mom used to like work and my dad would work and she would get help with like a maid that would stay with us and she would be very like cautious with everything. And I remember till this day like her having a lot of issues. So towards the end, my sister and I grew up and we just like stopped.
Yeah, it's a really tricky one because, like you said, it's someone who is in your family, in your home, and there's there's a major discrepancy difference in terms of the lifestyles that we have.
Sure.
So it's a massive trust factor because the person that you're letting into your home might be on a much smaller salary, and it's basically a massive trust factor. And it's like in general, it's a look at employees and the type of employment. When you're interviewing someone, the process in terms of what you need to do to understand that they're the right person for the role. This woman broke every single rule in the book. Could you imagine, being in your office, for example,
and having your stuff stolen?
But on the other side of it, like having your stuff stolen is one thing because you don't do it, but that person turned off the cameras and brought men into the home. Like that's so bold.
That would be.
Like, would you do that in this office?
Of course not.
Or that's so beyond the realms of possibility because A, it's just a bold thing to do, but B, it puts your job in jeopardy in a big way. And like as we sit here, we always say we're so blessed to be in this country. And the one thing that we all understand is the rules are extremely strict. And if you do something like that, you're putting your job and your life in this country at jeopardy. So we just don't do it. So Sarah Madney said that she's going through the courts at the moment. They've been to the police 3 times. She's, her son has been kind of aware of the situation, and that's hard too. So we just wish them all the best, and we hope that they get over the scary situation without losing their trust in people, because that's such a
100%. And as well, by the way, like one thing that I notice is that when like families do get like a maid or a helper to the house, and often for like young kids, young children, the child would get attached to the maid and would not really kind of like comprehend or understand what's going on. So that is, I would say, a very sad situation that we would not like.
Let's take a quick break. It is Friday, and we are super excited to welcome our next guest, Imah. She's going to be joining. Speaking of, we're going to get her thoughts on that story, no doubt. She'll be with us after this very short break. Hey guys, welcome back to the Lovin Dubai show. Today we are joined by the incredibly talented guest. With us today is Imah Dumagay. Imah is an award-winning stand-up comedian, stage actor, content creator and comedy producer. As the co-founder of Comedy Kicks, she has headlined over 800 shows, and today we're going to get to know you a little bit better.
Hello,
welcome to the show.
Hello. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited to be here. How are you guys?
Good.
You look like my madams, but okay. Good morning, Lovin Dubai. Good morning to everyone watching us live today.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. You kicked it off with a joke. You look like my madam. This is very hilarious, very funny. But before,
I like a miss, but it's okay.
But before, I want to ask you about Fatima.
Yes.
AKA Imah. Did you change your name? Tell us about that journey.
That's my name, Fatima, but I don't use it on stage. My stage name is Imah, yes. Because it's too long, Fatima, And Imah is like, it's short for Fatima because I'm no longer fat,
You look smashing.
Thank you.
When did you start your stage journey? I'm always interested to know, when did you first go on stage as a comedian?
I started out in 6 years ago. It was just something that it wasn't it was not as unexpected. I just joined the class because I thought I wanted something to do entertaining outside my cubicle at work.
Yeah.
I told my boss I want to do something. I want to perform. My boss said, start performing your job, I said, I'm so bored. So I tried out, I did a workshop, and then after that, I did my first open mic, and it just snowballed from there. And people like to consume my work, and I'm like, oh my God, I'm funny. So why not take this full time? So that's what happened, and the rest is history.
Your boss is like, that's not what I meant.
Yeah, exactly.
So when you did that, what was the first time? I can only imagine how scary it must be as a performer, as an entertainer, to put your jokes out there. What was the first either video or joke that you realized, I'm actually funny? I'm entertaining people, they're liking my stuff.
Well, I started out as a stand-up comedian. I wasn't uploading any videos at the time when I started out. So the good thing was I took the workshop, and it really helped me understand the basic mechanism of stand-up. So the nervousness was there, but not as much as if I didn't take the workshop. So I knew what was to expect. And when I first got my first laugh, I was like, oh my God, it felt so good. And yeah, as I said, it wasn't planned to be a stand-up comedian, but then people kept inviting me to perform here and there. So they basically liked my work, and I was like, okay, that means there's something good that I'm doing about this craft. So the nerves will never go. They're always there. But the first time, I think I wasn't as scared. In fact, I was really excited because I rehearsed the joke, I wrote the joke, and yeah, I was prepared. So.
Amazing.
Well, of course, I want to ask you, I think that comedians have this, I would say, equation of coming up with a joke.
Yes.
In my head, I believe that it's a bit of truth.
Yes.
Mixed with a hint of a joke. So why do you think that your jokes or you as a comedian got that much attention?
I think first of all, the fact that because it's very rare that you see a Filipina performing stand-up, especially in this region. So I think that's one of the unique thing about me, right? Second, most of my jokes are really is based on life experiences. Yeah. So comedy has to be truth, comedy is truth. It has to be truthful. Okay, so it's 30% truth, 70% exaggeration, right? And then most of the time your jokes are relatable to the audience. So I think people, when they hear something that resonates to them, it's most likely will land. Yes.
Right. So you have your video Part-Time Maid, and I think the reason it landed is because it's the conversations maids want to have. It's the things that they want to say back to their employers, but they don't. So.
Yeah. Okay. So you've seen my online videos. So yeah. So maybe my comedy is basically touching upon stereotypes on Filipinas. I play the stereotypes. I break the stereotypes. But yes, it's one of my main subjects is my fellow most Filipinos who work as domestic help, and I want to share the fact that it's not all about working hard and all. Do we know how to have fun? At the same time, I'm trying to send a message across that hey, these are people. Like they are also their own personas. They're not just your maid. So I think to see inside what can to see the different side of us, that we're funny and we know how to take life not seriously. We can make jokes at anything, and I think you're right to see, because between this power dynamic between the madam and the maid, and you see a very clever maid. I play a character named Joy, so I created Joy. So Joy is very unhinged. She's smart. She doesn't really want to be a maid, but no opportunities for her, so she became a maid. So, but she, I show the fact that these are real situations. There are people who didn't have enough opportunity. That's why they're working as domestic help. But there's just nothing wrong with that. Anyway, it's a
yes.
It's a halal job.
So then, if that's the case, you're spreading that positive messaging. What's kind of the main reaction that you get from your audience when they see your skits?
They love it. They love it. Majority, of course, there are a few negative comments, but actually, no, I didn't see any negative comments about the particular skit that I'm doing. But most of the people, they really love the fact that they get to see her win, Yes. After considering because not everybody is lucky to have a very good situation, especially in the Middle East, right? So when you see something who is thriving, who is taking that empowered character, so you feel it's a feel good whole situation.
It's so true, because life is so serious, and especially when you're in your own situation. But it's great to just to be look, things aren't always great, but it's just good to laugh, right?
Yes.
Well, moving on from of course, I would say I have a lot of respect to Filipinas and the domestic workers, because the jokes that you make, they actually do tell the truth.
you.
that we live in right now. However, like you did the demure mindful
This is
about a cheating husband. Like where do you get the
my
inspiration
God.
from? Tell us about the trend and tell us about like where do you get the inspiration from?
You know, when you're a comedian, you like to, your joke has to have the surprise element in it, right? So that's mostly why the joke works, because you take the people to this direction, but the punchline to the different direction, right? So people always complain that, okay, he's cheating. You know what? Why don't we create this idea of he's cheating on you, but he's actually married? So most of these jokes are like original. You have to write your own joke, by the way. As a comedian, you can't just copy work, right? Then I saw this trend, like demure, very respectful. I'm
Mindful.
Like, yeah, very mindful. You know what? I like the fact that, okay, I was cheated on, but you know, now there's a balance. You're the other woman, but at the same time, you didn't know. So, and then you didn't have to make a scene. So, yeah, very mindful, respectful.
very demure.
Very
You did it so
demure.
nice. And where does like the inspiration for these stories come from? Like I could tell you my inspiration for Jen. Like I know what's going on in female communities, Facebook groups. I love them. And I just wonder, where do you find your inspiration?
Oh my God, my friends and my colleagues, because you know, and sometimes when you're just sitting at a coffee shop, you hear people talk, and I'm like, that's a story. That's golden. I can convert that into joke. So yes, since I started comedy, everything I see is now a source of material. So and sometimes if I'm watching movies and I like to take, so let's say they want to show a character who's struggling about getting jobs. So now I want to write a story about, or a joke like the opposite of that, you know, take the different angle of the situation. So that's what I do.
I'm nervous to like go for a coffee with you and tell you what's going on in my life, because I'll see it on your stage. Do your friends, family, do they come to your gigs and just like sit there cowering in fear?
No, my family, I don't have family here. Oh, wait, I have a husband, sorry. He's my family, sorry, baby. No, he's a very supportive one. He's also a comedian. So my family, the good thing is they support my comedy. They love the fact that I do this, you know, especially my friends. Again, as a Filipina, you don't often see us in this industry.
Right.
So to see someone there, it's kind of inspire them at the same time. I hope though that I'm doing a good job of not punching down on my people. But what I know is, I just want to bring people together, you know, make you laugh, and I think I'm doing a good job with that.
You're not punching on your cootie. I see the comments on your stuff. You're making people laugh, and it's great.
Thank you so much.
Well, you are hilarious. I mean,
Oh my
you
God.
for sure. But you do have a question. Very mindful.
Very mindful. Very demure. I'm very hungry. You guys are so special. I took shower today. My gosh.
For you, thank you. But I have a question. You know, like we've interviewed several comedians, and we don't often see female comedians. So
Yeah.
do you think female comedians have it harder than male comedians?
Well, because this is the art form is originally like mostly dominated by men, you know. But the good thing. Overall, that's the situation. But the good thing in Dubai, like, there's no gender disparity, you know, like between men and female and male comic. We're all the same. We're all underpaid, yeah. So equally underpaid. So I think I'm so lucky that I started comedy in this place, you know. I mean, everybody is getting the same equal opportunity. But again, but if we're talking about numbers, then we are still dominated by men. Yes, but of course, obviously, as a woman, because people have this, you know, these biases, like when they, okay, women are not funny, you know. So you have to double your effort. If man, they can just go there on stage and talk about their romantic love, and it's that's funny. For women, are like, why are you talking like that? I mean, you're not woman. So yeah.
You know, what's so funny is that when we watch your videos, it's like hard to decipher the serious versus that's why we introduce it like outlandish versus real, and it's like, and it's the same here. I have to ask, we're a diverse audience. You're not just speaking to Pinoys, you're speaking to what we've got over 100 nationalities in the city.
Yes.
Are we a tough crowd?
Actually, I don't know for others, but for personally, it's easier to perform for non-Filipinos. because my people are very funny. So when you go there, like, make me
They-
funny. Make me laugh, sorry. But I think because I started out also within like the first 2 years before I really attracted the Filipino audience, I mostly performed for people like you who look like you'll not increase my salary.
I mean,
No, especially I love Arab audience because they can relate.
That's
like
true.
as soon as I open my, hi, I'm Filipino, I'm not taking any orders tonight. Like bam, like.
Yeah.
But if you're looking for a maid, I'm available on Saturdays. So everybody just And I think I really want to test my humor. I intentionally also did not really make noise and bring my Filipino friends, my Filipino family into this when I was starting out, because I want to test my humor. Because if I have my people, like my Filipinos are very supportive, I know that I'm gonna get their support anyway. But I want to really try out to with international audience, because one of the goals is to really perform at international venues. So it's good that we have this very diverse audience here. So I know, and most of my friends who are comedians performed at the UK, in Australia. They were not scared because we see the same people. Like we're so exposed to international crowd. So, thank you, Dubai.
Speaking of scared, tell me about the first time you did a stand-up comedy show. Like, were you scared of like the reaction? Were you scared of the jokes that you were gonna say? Were you prepared enough of any?
As I said earlier, I was prepared when I did my first show. It's like a graduation, so I knew people were there to laugh. But the first open mic outside my friends, like people who I didn't really know, like when I performed there, it wasn't, English is not my first language. Okay, that was the thing that really made it difficult for me, because I have to write it in Tagalog, translate it in English, and then try to, So that was my first problem. And then you know what I said? This is me. I should just embrace me, and I should just be vulnerable on stage, and then only to find out that's what people want. Your authenticity, your vulnerability. Then that's maybe the reason why it's working for me. Yeah. So, don't make me cry.
we have to zoom through questions here, but before we get to our game, I want to ask, what was your experience co-founding Comedy Kicks? Can you tell everyone, for those of us who don't know, what is it and what are you guys
So
doing?
Comedy Kicks is one of the very popular comedy clubs in Dubai. Now, so we started out in 2019 because when I after my did my workshop, there wasn't enough open mic. Places for open mics. So as a comedian, the best way to improve yourself is to be on stage, as many times as you can, right? So Comedy Kicks, we opened it. We started out to address that gap. So we started out weekly comedy open mic every Friday in 2019, and from then we have like over 400 shows already. And we are focused on open mics more than curated shows. So curated shows, these are the nights where really comedians doing solid material, tested joke. So the pressure is there to be really funny because people expectation is high. But for open mics, you're more relaxed. You can bring notes to the stage, like that. So that's what we do, and we organize shows across at various venues across Dubai. So we have Wednesday shows, Thursday shows, Friday shows. So like that. And also we have a workshop. I teach them. So you get to have a selfie with me.
Amazing. So Comedy Kicks, if you guys love live comedy, go check it out. Before you leave us, we want to play a game with you.
Oh my gosh, be easy on me. I didn't do good in school. I like this.
It's called Hot or Not, the relationship version. If it's hot, you tell us why. If it's not, you hit the buzzer.
I not like this?
Yeah. Okay, so first one. Double texting. Like if your boyfriend or your husband is not answering and you go double text again. Hot or not?
Can I say double call? It's a yes for me. Hot or not?
Yes.
No. It's not hot. It's
why?
Double texting?
Yeah, like if he's not answering, be like, hey, I don't do that. But
yeah, if it's emergency, but if it's not emergency, if it can wait, Mama, it's okay. Relax, chill.
We're not going to be needy.
Yes, and we have to show them that we have also a life that we're
you get me. You get me.
Yeah. Okay. Sharing passwords, hot or not?
Not.
No?
Yes.
Married? No sharing passwords?
I'm married. We don't, except for like bank account details, something for emergency we share. But if not, I don't ask for my husband's password. I create them. Okay. But it's not hot. he gave it, he offered it to you, then good, well and good. But if not, come on, I really value privacy. You know.
Okay. So, yeah. That's nice. I like that. Well, PDA, public display of affection.
No, because I think intimate moment is supposed to be for you and your partner only. You know.
That's
Because
sweet.
if you want to show that, then create an account online for adult people. Oh my God, I'm gonna get cancelled. Please don't cancel me.
This has just become the nighttime show. Couples matching outfits.
Hot. I like that one. Yeah.
Well, spontaneous getaway. That is not planned. It's very
Oh,
spontaneous.
this is hotter. Yes, I like
Hot.
this.
Okay,
Yes,
you like
yes.
Take notes.
Yeah, like you don't know what's gonna
Interesting.
happen. It's the unknown, and you both get to share the feeling of what's gonna happen today. You know?
Yes, any
So sad.
I like it. Any supportive partners watching spontaneous getaways, Ari?
Yeah.
Hot. Okay, pet names like baby or honey.
Yes, I like that. It's hot. Yeah.
Well,
Because his name is
celebrating-
very ugly. So.
Poor mom.
Oh my God, am I allowed to laugh here? Sorry.
You're actually hilarious. Okay, well, what about celebrating monthly anniversaries? Like every month you have.
No, I have no budget
Yeah.
for that. And the essence of it being special is, you know, it slowly fades away if you keep doing that.
Every month, yeah, that's true.
You want to have a milestone of like 1 year, 5 years, 10 years, like that.
Hot,
So-
2 years?
No, 2 years. 2 years, nothing special. You're just starting out.
Long distance relationships.
I don't know. That's cold. It's not hot. You feel cold, you know. Without your partner in life.
You've broken hearts watching now.
Oh my gosh.
With their long distance babes.
No, do you? Please do not listen to me. I'm a comedian.
Well, okay, couples who post every detail
Oh
of
my
their life.
God.
No.
This is super not. Like, ya
Super
Allah,
not,
you know,
yeah.
and if you break up, please update also. Like, you're so invested to this relationship. Suddenly you just...
Well, you can know once they stop posting.
No, and then, and you know the worst part when you see the woman put another picture of her new boyfriend, like, we didn't move on yet. Like, we still didn't, like, why? Why are we doing this? I hate that.
Oh, it's so true. We become so invested.
What was that? Okay, but last question.
That was the last question.
That was the last question. Oh my God. Are you guys married or no? So sad.
Married TBC on the way. What about you, Farah?
No, I'm not married.
Oh my gosh, yeah. That's
not
so,
married.
I'm 12 years married now to my husband. Huh?
Oh.
So let's like learn from me.
Oh, for sure. Yes, for sure. We need lessons, maybe.
Before you leave us tips for
Yes.
nightlife.
So what I'm saying is, again, privacy is very very important thing for me. So I think that's one of the reasons why we're still together. Second is my life insurance, and and lastly, by the way, for the very first time, I checked my husband's phone. Right, for the very first time, I checked my husband's phone because it keeps like ding 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 the notification, and I check, and then the phone opened up. There's no password. I was like, oh, chill, nice. And then I checked the phone. I saw him texting 2 girls, and it hurt me so much because my husband was getting rejected. You know, so. Like, why are you getting rejected? I trained you well. No, but seriously, I think. But I really think you guys are. I think you're doing a very good job with what you do, and I'm really proud of you. I mean, seeing women here, like we're sexist. We don't have men here, but okay. I'm joking. But yeah, I know. But thank you so much, you guys. Yeah, just do whatever you want, and don't be scared to, you know. What do you call this one? To stay true to your voice and to your express yourself. And if the table is full, push people and make a space for you. That's what you have to do. Thank you, everybody. Oh my gosh.
Imah, thank you so much for coming and for dressing the brand.
I know. Oh my
putting
gosh,
us
yeah.
to
I do my
shame.
homework, yeah. And then, you know, I'm gonna get. I like that.
All the merch, it's all yours. It's all yours, guys. That brings us to the end of the show this Friday. Thank you so much for being with us,
Love and
Imah.
Dubai. Thank you.
Thank you, Farah, for joining us.
Thank you.
Have a fabulous day. We'll be back with you on Monday morning, same time, same place. Bye-bye.